Hi guys, it's Serena. I thought I'd check in with you and let you know I am sitting up here in Joshua Tree, California on the deck that my dad built in my home that I grew up in. So I thought I'd take a drive up here today and share with you this great experience. I'll show you a video when I'm done with my little talk here, but kind of wanted to reach out. Lots happened. You know, I've had a lot of visions and dreams. I know I've shared with a lot of my Facebook friends and people in my life that I just feel like God's leading me in a direction to share my story of the things that I've experienced in my life. You know, we all have one heart and we all have a story. We're here in Earth School. I feel like my school has been an ever enduring process. You know, I wrote a book after my husband had died suddenly called God's Test Pilot, because I've always kind of joked I'm God's test pilot with one thing after happening to the next, but that's okay. I'm good. The serenity prayer is really what's been kind of resonating with me. I think it teaches us to accept the things in life that we can't change. And for me, that's been the loss of my mom up here in the desert when I was 13 years old. And shortly after that, moved down to the beach in Huntington Beach with my father and one of the stepmothers that I had, and he died of a heart attack at 18. So it was a tough go. You know, it's been tough for me, but I'm learning the wisdom in all the experiences that I've had, sharing about my experiences and knowing the wisdom of what the difference is between experiencing them, accepting them, and having the wisdom to know what to do with it. So I feel like I have a story. I do. Probably one of my rock bottom experiences was when I lost the love of my life, Biff. When I was in Texas, I married him, and 5.5 months later he had died. But the good news is I really feel like I found my soulmate that I've been looking for in many wrong relationships. I've spent a lot of time in the last couple of years really doing a lot of self-reflection. Learning more about myself, why I've done the things I have, the errors that I've made. I've played corporate chess for 30 years now. Probably not the best for me. I'm pretty raw. It's tough in corporate America, but it's on the good note. It's really provided me a way and a means of providing for my family. 2 boys, one right now is 17, living with me full time. Jaden, he's doing good. He's got good grades, got a lot of good vision. Very artistic. I see him possibly going into graphic arts, maybe even designing apparel. I think he's going to be good. Gavin, my younger son, is now just turned 16. I've had an opportunity to be able to get him the help that he needs. He's struggled with some addiction and some issues himself, but I feel like he's on the right path, and I thank God for the ability to be able to have the finances to be able to provide for him to find that healing that he needed. It's been tough. It's been really hard. I think that he himself has not really learned how to love himself, and just hurting a lot of anger from the divorce between him and his dad and I. But, you know, I've been able to overcome a lot of these challenges in my life and stay in my faith and trust. And that's where I feel like I have this story to tell. We all have a story. It's how do we choose to endure what we've endured and the challenges and experiences? What do we do with it? And I feel like we're all here for a purpose. I believe that, you know, I personally have accepted Christ in my heart. That's my faith. That's what's helped me in understanding the purpose. I resonate very well with the spiritual realm, and I enjoy my yoga. I'm recently going to start my certification for Holy Yoga, where we incorporate scripture as well as worship music. That's always lit me up. I love worship music. So I'm excited. I'll have my certification the end of December. So kind of in between positions right now in my high-tech career in electronics. I've been doing that almost 30 years. So I'm a single mom, again, of two teenage boys, and currently, as I stated, my son's suffering from some emotional disorders. And I've taken the time in the last couple years to learn a lot about yourself, how to love yourself, how to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I love you, Serena, and mean it. You know, it's hard. It's given me an opportunity to understand what it takes to truly love yourself and not be codependent and reliant upon finding relationships to fulfill you, which is what I've done many, many years of my life. And I'm finally on the other side of that. I've taken the last 2 years since my last relationship to stay pure, stay away of codependency, teach myself how to be by myself and enjoy it. And I have. I've really enjoyed the time that I've spent. I enjoy my church. I work with the kids. I love seeing their smiles. I've got the kindergarten through second graders, and they just light me up every Sunday. That's been a great opportunity. Recently spoke in a panel about, what is your rock bottom? And truly, it was when Biff died. That gave me a reflection of, what, Lord, why all this? Why all this pain and suffering and grief, but it's okay, because we all have a story. Like I say, we all have one heart. We all have that in common. What are we going to do with it? So, again, my health has suffered. I've had 13 surgeries. That has not been easy, but I really truly believe in energy. I believe that if we look to the Christ Center and work within our own energy and our body, we can heal. I was diagnosed with celiac after 40 years. I'd always had digestive issues, and now I know. So I've, alleviated gluten from my diet. It's, for those of you that know me, that go out to eat with me, it's kind of a challenge, because you're trying to figure out what the hell you can eat. But eventually, you figure it out. So it's all good, right? It's just another thing. But I'm a woman of faith with all my challenges, and it's time to focus on my story and my testimony to help others. I really want to be able to do retreats, do workshops, help people understand how to tell their own story and find peace in it, find unity in the world. I love traveling. I'm very blessed to be able to live right by the ocean. I'd love to do more retreats with other women, even men, in learning how to look within yourself and what your story is and why you're here. What is it that makes you tick? And I truly believe that for me, it's helping others, it's sharing my story, but everything that's happened to me is for me. And I'm using that now, and I've got a long way to go, but I'm in the process, and I feel like I'm in the right direction. So please wish me well. I'm going to be doing some different videos, and probably going to be creating a website. I'll probably call my business God's Test Pilot. I don't know. But again, I really like the whole we're in Earth School. And I've been working with a gal by the name of Dana Patterson that's a spiritual teacher of mine. She's a coach that's really helped me to look in that mirror and say, I love you, Serena. So on that note, y'all have a great day, and I'm going to show you a little bit of my view here from where I grew up. It's really cool. So this was my first Christmas tree. I'd say that was probably 40 years ago. Kind of funny. And here's our view of Joshua Tree, the little village down there. And then right over here is where the Joshua Tree National Monument is. So you'll see that Joshua Tree there. And that's where I grew up, guys. So thanks for letting me share. Have a great day.